I'm just testing everything. Okay, it says we are live, but let me see if we are broadcasting. Come on now.
Be there, be there.
Hang on, let's see what, there it is. Okay. All right, let me just check my audio real fast. Yep, we are good. Okay, we are live and we are going to town. Hey, Brad.
Let's do this. 30-second book talk.
Are you ready to draft some book talkers?
Yeah, so we are drafting book talkers, Jen. So just like the NFL and basketball and all those other sports things, they pick their teams, and that's what we're doing, right?
We are. I'm so excited. I have got a slate of book talkers that are going to crush the lead learners this year.
So the teams have not even been established, and you're already talking smack. Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
I'm super confident.
You know what? You know what hurts? The fact that I know you're going to back it up, because every year we lose to you, but it's for a good cause, right?
It really is. We should mention probably.
Go ahead. Exactly.
I was just going to say.
This is unscripted, people.
Can you tell? I was just going to say that seems like a good time to thank Scholastic, who you said it was for a worthy cause, and we are so grateful to them because the winning book talk champion, the winner of the Vince Lingbucki Prize, what will they get, Brad?
Scholastic, I believe, is sending their school, their students, that winning person, $500 in book dollars. So a nice little boost to a classroom or school library. That's cool.
Woohoo! That's a big prize. That's awesome. Yep. We can't wait to see who the world chooses as being deserving of that prize.
Yeah, and when we mention the good cause thing, I think anytime you talk about books, similar to how we talk about movies we love, it's such an authentic thing to do. So to model that for kids and our colleagues and invite them into that process, and we'll share a little bit more about how that looks, that's something that transcends time. That's learning that lasts. That's literacy for the long haul. And that's what we're all about.
Exactly. Those are memories made with kids, surrounded by books and reading and joy that will last a lifetime, long beyond the book on the shelf itself.
Right. So you're going to pick 8 people. We'll go every other. I'm going to pick 8 people. Your people are called, aside from reigning champions or 2-time champions, we know that's who you are and who they are. You're also called the Literacy Legends. So let's just get this out of the way now.
Literacy Legends, hashtag Literacy Legends for the win.
And our crew, our team is called the Lead Learners, and that's not a formal role thing. Everyone can be a leader. Everyone can and should be a learner. So that could be anyone. So please, we need you on the Lead Learner team, everyone.
And Brad, we should mention that the participants self-selected the teams that they wanted to be associated with. So we didn't decide you're a literacy legend or you're a lead learner. They decided. So they got to decide which role they felt or which team represented them. So.
And I'm very excited to say there's a Trojan horse on my draft list that's going to knock your socks off. So let's dive right in. Should we do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Can't wait.
All right. Can I go first? I'm very excited by my first pick here. So in the first round, these are all first round picks, but in the first round of the 2018 World Book Talk Championship, the lead learners select Onika Mears from Texas. And let me just give you a quick fact about Onika. She is a mover and a shaker. She helped her district start their first ever ed camp. So I'm with that same tenacity, we're hoping that she will make our first victory happen on the lead learners.
Woohoo! That sounds like an awesome pick, Brad. I am excited to have her as a part of your team. But I think I'm going to match your first pick with my first pick as somebody who's also very, 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 very exciting. The first literacy legend to be drafted in 2018 is, are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Rhonda Jenkins, woo-woo! She tweets as Love to Teach Tech, and I'm real excited about how she's going to marry her love of reading and her love of technology to bring the Literacy Legends yet another win.
Nice. The only thing I was actually hoping that you were just going to say, we forfeit Brad, you guys got this, so Nika's got it. But that didn't happen, so we may as well keep drafting. Huh? The next pick on the lead learners, we're going with Eric Skansen. This is a Minnesota principal, so I've got great faith in Eric and his team. And the book, when people signed up for this, they mentioned a book or, kind of a reason why they wanted to join the crew. And he mentioned the refugee book, and I fell in love with that reading it over the summer. So I'm excited for Eric and his crew to bring the heat on the refugee book.
Woo! That's going to be great. I loved Refugee as well. What a great pick. And a great book for adults to discuss with kids. I like that you've got a hometown boy as your second pick there, because I have a hometowner for my second pick as well. That's just coincidental, but I love that that's how it worked out. I got to choose my Seattle brother from another mother, Craig Seashoals, who tweets at Craig Seashoals. I can't wait to have him bring his, to make it Seattle rain all over this competition. It's going to be great.
In full transparency, Jen, every time you draft someone, I just think to myself that their chances of victory are very good because of your track record here. So I need to start believing in my people here. We've got some great people, and hopefully we can turn the tide of your literacy legendness here. So it's time. I really am. I was going to apologize. I'm not sorry for what I'm about to do. The Trojan horse. These are people who self-selected and said they were willing to be on the lead learners. These are going to be people really well. And now they're going to be lead learners, not literacy legends. They are on this team, Cindy Bliss and your good friend, Jeannie Timken, are defecting. They're defecting their way to victory, Jen. That means this year, the lead learners have a chance. All I can say is, Cindy.
Dagger to my heart.
Thank you. You made such a good decision. Welcome.
Someone pull this dagger out of my back, please. Oh my gosh.
All I can say is I hope I hope I don't let him down, Jen.
Listen, you know what? Only one of us of these two captains wished Cindy Bliss a happy birthday today, and it's not the person she chose. Let me just tell you. So happy birthday, Cindy Bliss, but you are dead to me now.
Happy birthday, Cindy. For your birthday gift, Cindy, we're going to get you the Vince Lumbucki trophy. We're taking this home.
Oh, man.
That felt good. I got to say, that draft pick felt good.
But, that hurts, but it's also a little bittersweet because I'm about to give you a taste of your own medicine, Brad Gustafson, because my third pick might be somebody you know. Is the name Linda Gibbons familiar to you?
Linda!
I should mention that Linda Gibbons is a rock star librarian. Where, Brad? Where is she?
Media specialist in the country.
Where is she?
She happens to be a Greenwood great. She works here.
Boom! Boom!
That is awesome. I'm happy. You know what? She's awesome, and I'm so happy for our students that they'll get to cheer her on. So I hope she gets second place.
But good for you, Brad, because you have actually coached her in making sure that she picks the winning team. So good for you.
She's probably done more coaching of me than anything else. Okay, we're gonna keep this moving. That took, that took away a little of my thunder, but okay. So the fourth pick in the 2018 World Book Talk Championship is none other than the Ninja. Todd Nessaloni out of Texas as well. He is going to be trading in his nunchucks for bookmarks. We just went there. We are doing that. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Well, I like it because you've set a really low bar for his book talk.
That was supposed to be like a mic drop. A low bar. Oh, unbelievable. I worked on that line forever. trading in nunchucks for bookmarks. That's amazing.
Very good. That was very good. I have to admit that was very, very good. And, you know, Todd Neslony and I are good friends. I cannot wait to see what he brings to Literacy Legends. He might just be your winning player this year. He might do it. That makes me a little nervous. Well, that's our first 4, right? Each of us, that's our first. Yes, that's exciting. So those folks will go up against each other for the first round of the 30-second book talk challenge. I think that's 2 of us have picked great first 4 for our teams. I'm real excited, but I'm also equally excited for our second 4, and I'm going to kick this one off with Alexandra Cornejo from Texas. I love this lady so much. She is already so passionate about literacy and is constantly bringing her A game to Twitter and sharing book talks on Twitter all the time already. So I feel like she's been training for this event for her whole life, and I am excited to have her as a part of the Literacy Legends.
Great. I'm glad that you mentioned the bracket format a little bit. So the first 4 that we each picked, they'll be in their kind of separate division. People will vote on their book talk. 1 of the 4 from the lead learners will move forward to the championships. 1 of the 4 from your crew, the Literacy Legends, will move forward. The thing I think we forgot to mention was a huge overflowing number of people who signed up and registered. So obviously we can't pick everyone. We're going to pick 4 more each, but we do want to invite people in to this amazing experience in whatever way is meaningful to them. One of the things we've already started receiving are commercials. So if you want to put in a literacy themed commercial, and that could look like just something short and succinct. I mean, 10 seconds would be ideal, but it could be humorous. It could be a public service announcement for reading. It could be a mini, like a 10-second book talk, or just anything to amplify student voice. We just appreciate everyone being dialed in and supporting reading and students' authentic reading conversations. So that was my stalling. Okay, now we're going to the
something to that, Brad, and say that some people turn into the Super Bowl for the game. Some people tune in for commercials.
Yeah.
And in the last 2 years, we've had some epic commercials for each one of our games, for our shows, our podcasts with all the book talks. And I can't wait to see what people submit this year. That'll be an exciting way for some folks who didn't get selected. And again, I just want to echo what Brad said. We had so many people, awesome people. We really toiled over these decisions. But thank you to everybody who wanted to be a part of our teams.
Great. Okay, so my 5th pick is in her application, or when she expressed interest, she hit on that she would like to delve into diverse books. And that's something that we love highlighting and talking about in our school, because we believe every student should see themselves and have the ability to see themselves in the books that we're reading. So I was all in for Brandy Alexander, and on Twitter she is at Reader Leader BSA.
That's awesome. I'm excited for what she's going to bring to your team as well. And you and I have had so many conversations about the importance of all kids being able to see themselves in books, and also for kids to be able to see worlds and people that look different from them, and develop connections with people who don't necessarily share their same experiences. It's so incredibly important, and really one of the real powers of reading and books. So excited for that pick. But I got to tell you, I'm a little more excited about my next pick, who had one of my very favorite submissions this year, where she sent in a video made by her students challenging her to take on the 30-second book talk challenge this year and to bring home the Vince Lum Bookie. So we have accepted her students challenge, and I'm so proud to draft Penny Sweeney. That is PL Sweeney 1 on Twitter. Woohoo! Welcome, girl. You are a literacy legend.
That is so cool. Was she the one on Twitter who the school in their gymnasium or auditorium, they were all cheering for her and saying pick her or not, whatever, vote for her? Okay, cool. That's cool. All right, with our 6th pick, welcome to the lead learners, Todd Schmidt, and he's at TS Schmitty on Twitter. And all I got to say, 2 words, costumes and character traits. Wait, that was 3 words, costumes and character traits. I can't wait to see a combination of those in his book talks. Are you scared, Jen? Are you nervous?
I am a little bit nervous. There's nothing like a good prop to go along with your book talk to really capture an audience. You know, people love the visuals that go along with these videos, and those 30-second book talks that have been most successful in the past have a hook. They all have a hook, you know, something special. So that makes him really a player to watch this year, I think.
I like that. Player to watch. That's good.
Yeah, I like it. Maybe a little MVP in his future. That being said, I'm excited then to also, speaking of hooks, announce that the next literacy legend who's being drafted this year is Stephanie Tanner, and she won me over with her Southern charm and the drawl that she promised to bring to her 30-second book talk. She felt certain that she could charm and smooth over all of the voters with her Southern charm. So we're real excited. Stephanie Tanner, that's Tanner the Teach on Twitter. Woohoo! You are a literacy legend, girl.
Nice, nice. With our 7th pick, we are going with a good friend of mine. I've known her for several years, Lynn Colin from, I think she's in Virginia. I had the chance to connect with her again at the Scholastic Reading Conference outside the DC area this summer. And we had some great conversations there, but she's one of the most authentic people that you'll ever meet. And I just can't wait to see that come through in her book talks. So welcome to the team, lead learner all the way, Lynn. Now, we got this.
Ask you something. I could be wrong, but is Lynn not a returning player?
She is. She is.
Yes, she is. So I remember how well received her book talk was last year. So I'm real excited to see what she brings this year.
I'm glad you caught on to that. She's what you call a ringer. You know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Welcome back, Lynn.
I like it. Well, speaking of ringers, my last pick, Brad, for the Literacy Legends. I think if nothing else, she's going to have you be in terms of the number of miles she is virtually traveling to be a part of our great and honored competition. And that is Megan Davidson. Her Twitter handle is Megan DNZ, and that NZ stands for New Zealand.
Nice.
This is a lady who gives more than 10,000 book talks a year, and she actually teaches a course on book talks. No.
I don't even really know what to say to that. Congratulations on that pick.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Well, for next year, for next year's draft, we are looking for New Zealanders who teach courses on book talk. So feel free to sign up next year for the lead learners. Okay. Last pick, number 8. This is kind of like my wild card. Okay. This is someone who has a passion for creative videos, and I know he loves literacy and reading his school. So I'm hoping the fusion is able to take on your book talk instructor. Andy Jacks is going to be coming at you on Twitter. He's @_Andy Jacks, and I can only imagine the green screening and special effects that are going to be probably part of his hook on his book talk.
Oh, that makes me real nervous. Every time I hear about some chroma key being utilized, I start getting real excited. So, wow, I think we both have awesome teams that are going to bring really different and special book talks to the competition, don't you think?
I do. And what did we do last year, Jen? I think we got this cooking up again, but for schools, part of the deal, and this is your genius, it's not just about educators doing book talks, although that's part of the fun, us connecting and modeling it. But you had the idea of getting schools and students connected. You just want to say a little bit more about what we have coming down the pipe?
Sure. I can't take credit for that. I think it was sort of one of those unintended but wonderful consequences of this, where not only did we have so many people participate in voting for their favorite book talk, but what has also happened as an outgrowth of this is that many, many schools have decided to create their own 30-second book talk challenges. where they take our brackets, and we've also created rubrics in the past for kids to use to sort of guide them through the process of rating a book talk. And also we have other resources that are kid developed and teacher developed for how to decide what makes a good book talk and what doesn't. And what has been such a joy for me is seeing these schools really take it on. Last year, I remember a video we received on Twitter where the winner for the 30-second book talk challenge for that school was announced in a huge school-wide pep rally in the same way you might do a sporting event. And she broke through paper and ran through the gym and got a prize that was given by her school's PTO organization. And what a great way for schools to harness this event to develop a love of literacy in their schools. So we look forward to seeing more of that this year for sure.
Fantastic. And then everyone can follow along and ask questions and interact with the people on the teams at hashtag 30-second book talk on Twitter. I suppose we better give people a deadline who we just drafted. So in 2 weeks, by 2 weeks, we need our 30-second videos from the people that we just kind of mentioned. That's February 15th. I suppose the literacy legends, maybe they don't worry about the deadline, a month, 2 months. Get it in if you feel like it. But lead learners, make sure to stick to that deadline. 2 weeks, we need your video, and we will put out a combination of all 16 30-second book talks. It's gonna be epic.
Right. So, and that's good to mention. For those folks that we just drafted, we will be in touch with some instructions and some ways for you to submit those videos. So you just wait to hear from us. But for the rest of the folks who are anxious to vote and who are anxious to see these book talks, we're going to give our players that 2-week deadline, and then we need a few days to put together the final video. So you really should be looking for sometime, in the next, I would say 2.5, 3 weeks is when you'll start seeing, we'll announce it. So you
Perfect.
Can be
And in the meantime, we'd love to have you send in your commercials. So your literacy theme commercials, whether they're humorous or factual or just giving tips on book talks, send it to us, and we'd love to try to feature it in the final show or the podcast. So.
We absolutely will do our best to have those included. So,
well, Jen, it is always a pleasure, except when your team beats us. That's not quite a pleasure, but just connecting and collaborating with you.
It's a pleasure for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so go lead learners.
Literacy Legends, three-peat.
That sounds horrible. Repeat. No. All right. Hey, thanks, Jen.
Thank you, Brad. And thank you all you out there. Have a great day.
See ya.